Hello to all my beautiful Virgos. This is Brandon over here with Wow, here to do your energy intuitive reading for September. Welcome to, we're in full Virgo season. We're about to spring into Libra right past this. We have the harvest moon tomorrow, which is also a full moon on Friday the 13th. So there's a lot of energy swirling in the air. As a matter of fact, I don't think that this kind of event is going to happen for another a couple of decades or so. So this is really, really significant. A lot of you might be feeling the shifts in the energetic field lately, in the auric field. So just pay attention to that. I know it's been a while since I've made a video for you guys, and I apologize. I had to get some things right with my own energy and exactly what I want to do on this channel. So before getting started, let me go ahead and clue you onto what my readings are for. They're not tarot readings. They're not your usual kind of readings that you might see other YouTubers do on this site, but my readings are specifically for elevation of your spiritual self. They're meant to give you, put you on your path to enlightenment, if you will, the best that I can. I'm not like, I can't say I'm the top dog when it comes to enlightenment, but I've seen some things, and I've come to a wonderful plateau in my life to where I know my energetic self is exactly where it needs to be, and I'm doing my best to extend that olive branch out to other people and to help bring them along in on the journey that I'm taking currently. It's better together, as I like to say. It's just no fun doing everything by yourself. So if you feel inclined to leave me a comment or something, tell me I suck, whatever, it's fine. Just leave it there so I know if I need to make improvements or if I need to continue doing the same things that I'm doing for you guys. It's all a learning experience for each and every single one of us at all times, or it should be anyway. But let me explain how I'm going to do the reading. I've taken a balance in between the kind of readings that I used to do before. Before I would do a dedicated weekly reading and then a reading specifically for the energy field of the weekend. But I've decided to kind of condense them all into one good quality reading for you guys. I'll be doing a little bit extra than what I do for the weekend readings, but scaled a little bit back from the basic structure of the weekly readings. But it should all ring true. It should all ring the same. But let's go ahead and get into it. I hope you've all had a very wonderful, I think the last time I did a reading was sometime in August. So I hope that all finished out for you wonderfully. I hope September is going greatly for you. Big love bomb, love going out to anybody who was affected by the September 11th attacks. They're still with us. They've never left us, and they're hoping that we all can aspire to do better for each other in the time past that. So let's keep them all in mind for the rest of the month. You never forget anything like that. So let's do what we do to honor them, to honor our dead. I feel that we all should do that a little bit more. Just so that they never die, as long as we remember them. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to do 3 cards for each kind of Virgo out there. We're going to do 3 for the Virgo that's single, 3 for the Virgo that's in love, in a loving relationship, no matter how weird that might be. For some of us, I know it's different degrees of it. And then we're going to do 3 for the Virgo that might be a little bit complicated, and see if we can't steer. It's not about, trying to tell you about your love life and tell you how perfect it could be. No, I don't work on that one aspect of your life. I like to come from all angles to try to give you an encompassing review of your entire energetic field and not just one aspect of it. And sometimes when it comes to love, that extends out to a couple of different areas of that of that area. So let's keep that in mind, and let's go ahead and get into it. I'm sitting here blah. Sorry about that. Well, we have one flopped out. Flippity flop. Love it. Okay. So the first card to pop out from my beautiful single Virgo out there is the card of family. As you can see from the picture, the nest is well taken care of. The eggs are still there. The fixture around it is very supportive of what's going on in the very center of it. And that's what family should be. If you've experienced something to where you don't feel all that close to your family, extend that branch out further than just your blood relatives. You gotta sometimes realize that family is a closer extension of your actual family. Your family is your soul tribe. Your family is your attachment to the universe at large. You can be family with the planet Jupiter for all you know, because we're all stardust at the end of the day. So let's make sure that we're tending to not only the family that we know we're related to, our blood family, but also tending to the family that isn't so close to us, the family that had to work to get its position in your life. You know, some people go the extra distance to try to let them know that they care for you, and you have to extend that same thing out to them so that they feel that warmth as well, and you create kind of one mass from the many. So let's make sure that we're extending our warmth out to not only our family, because there might be people in your family right now, Virgo, that need your love, because Virgo love feels really good. Virgo love feels like a warm blanket in the middle of the winter time. So let's make sure that we're lending that out to those who deserve it. You know, you don't want to just, recklessly extend your own energy out to people who aren't going to feed you in return. So let's make sure that we're doing for others as we want done onto us, so that we generate that kind of energy into our lives automatically. Okay? And nextly, the next card for my beautiful Virgos out there. As you can see, I'm kind of in a very silly mood. Hope you guys don't mind. I don't mind it, so I hope you don't. What do we have for? There we go. Action. A lot of muladra. It's been a while. Sorry about that. Muladra energy on the board, root energy, making sure that we're staying grounded. You're going to be grounded by your actions that you take when it comes to your loved ones. And like I said, that can extend to people who are actually related to you, as well as people who are, just really good people in your lives. You have to realize that your soul tribe extends past your bloodline. Your soul tribe extends to stardust. So let's keep that in mind. But this card is speaking about your actions, what you put into the world physically. We're spiritual beings in a physical world. So we have to be mindful of the things that we're doing in it, because that kind of spins back into itself. It's all rotational, it's all circular, it all comes back to you. So the actions that you put into the world are going to be the exact same thing that you get in return. Okay, sometimes your actions can challenge you to do more, to be more, to extend yourself further than you think you're physically possibly able to do. So let's make sure that we're taking elegant, beautiful, graceful action like the dancer that you see in this card. Let's make sure that we're applying ourselves in a way that's not only graceful but elegant. That's classy. A lot of people lose the ability to class it up when they get into their feelings. So let's make sure that we're avoiding those type of situations. Okay, my beautiful Virgs? And, well, look at that. The third card for my single Virgos out there is the mind. Okay, this is your Ajna chakra. We want to make sure that we're exercising the mind as much as possible. That means taking in new information, but it also means digesting that information in a way that's beneficial to your entire spiritual body. So let's make sure that we're doing something for the next weeks. Energy is fluid, so if you catch this reading in December, then that means that it was time for you to see this. Let's make sure that we're using that ajna, that third eye, to see the world as it really is, to see ourselves as we really are. Because we can disillusion ourselves and tell lies to ourselves about what we are and what we mean to others, and sometimes give ourselves a nice good downgrade. Like I like to tell people, your worst enemy is you. You will be the one to tell you that you can't do something, that you can't be something quicker than somebody else will. So let's make sure that we're using our mind to our advantage and not allowing it to downgrade us, to talk negatively or speak negativity into our lives. You have to keep the mind nice and sharp, but directed at the thing that it's supposed to go towards, which is away from that low vibrational stuff. So let's make sure that we're keeping our minds nice and sharp, nice and intuitive, okay? That's how I like my Virgo. Next, we're going to get into cards for my married, loved up Virgos. We love you, loved up Virgos. You guys are giving that warmth out, and it feels good to somebody. So keep it up. The first card to pop out, self-esteem. This deals with your solar plexus, the Manipura energy field. And you want to make sure that not only are you giving that warm blanket out to another, but also covering yourself a little bit with that so you feel warm as well. You want to make sure that you feel just as free, just as beautiful as the lady that you see in the card here. Sorry about that glare. But we want to make sure that we're extending that radiance out from within and not depending on it to come from without. Tell yourself, like, it's cool to have mantras, even if you keep them to yourselves, and no matter how silly you might feel when you say them, it's okay to big yourself up and to build yourself up, directly without anybody else's help. That way, when you do get somebody's extension of that same expression of love, it adds on to the already solid foundation that you have established on your own. So let's make sure that we're taking time to love ourselves and realize that we're beings of love who deserve the same love that we give out. I think it's Buddha who said that you also deserve the love that you desire. If that makes sense. I think I'm paraphrasing that to much to Buddha's detriment. I apologize. But yes, you want to make sure that the love that you want to give to somebody else is given to yourself as well. That way you're always at your best because it's a natural thing, because you feel good about yourself. You don't have to try to impress anybody because you're already impressive. Okay? The next card out for my beautiful Virgos out there in the relationships is compassion. This flower is a flower of creation. It's a flower of nurturing love. And this is heart energy. This is anihata all the way. This is your heart chakra saying, be compassionate. If your partner has been kind of slipping off the snowboard lately, then help them up. Pick them out of the snow. Get them out that cold and bring them back into that Virgo embrace so that they can get that blood going again. And a lot of times, especially in difficult relationships, it takes being bigger than the problem at hand and saying, I love this person, so let me try to find a way to forego my own ego to fix the problem and maybe help them heal or mend their ego as well. So that's what compassion is all about, ladies and gents, players and pimps, is being willing to put yourself and your own emotions right over here and bringing the actual union, the bond that you have with that person right here and saying, this is what matters. Let me try to fix it or see if I can help them through whatever problem that they're going through. So just be aware of what you're putting into your relationship, okay? And for my Virgos in loving relationships, we're going to make sure that we're being sensual with each other, okay? Making sure that they understand that you desire them, that you want them in your life. It goes beyond just what they can do for you financially or, these other kind of petty, frivolous things that people can get attached to, but making sure that they understand that it's them that you desire and you want the same thing back to you. If you don't feel that somebody wants you as much as you want them, if somebody doesn't feel that same sensual desire that you do for them, then there's a problem there. There's a discrepancy, and that needs to be settled as well. But sometimes it takes that compassion to really understand what the problem is. Maybe they don't feel that they can express themselves fully in the way that they want to. Maybe they don't feel that they are everything that you desire. You know, so like I said, sometimes it's that self-defeating thing that people put onto themselves, and they lose the battle before they even get to the battlefield. So let's make sure that we're realizing this and putting out what we desire back, and making sure that we're getting back what it is that we're putting out. It has to be an even balance, or there will be a discrepancy. There will be an imbalance to your union, and that's never desirable. Okay? And I'm going to shuffle one more time for the beautiful confused. I don't mean to say that you don't know what's going on. You're like lost and stuff. No, I mean like things are confusing. Maybe you're not sure where you want to go with your own life. Like you're not sure if you want to continue to be a player that crushes a lot, or if you're not sure where you stand with somebody. You've been getting the runaround and you don't know how to deal with it, or if you should even deal with it. These are cards for you, beautiful Virgo. So, well, there they go. All right, so the first card popping for my beautiful, complicated Virgo out there is your connections, okay? Sometimes you have to detach from somebody to really get perspective on what it is that you had with them. So if somebody's giving you the runaround, you probably need to give yourself a little bit of space. You don't have to cut them off, but maybe go out and hang out with some friends you haven't hung out with in a while because you've been so wrapped up in such and such. Like maybe that's what it's about. This is also about making sure that you establish strong connective bonds with those who you desire in your life. And if you don't feel that same equation, if you don't feel the balance within that balance or relationship, that union, then it's not there. It's just you give, them take, or vice versa. So us as human beings need to be aware of what it is that not only are we doing to our own selves, but also to others. And sometimes it's more healthy to let go of something. Okay? Or it's more healthy to let somebody know exactly how you feel and where you stand and where you want to go with your own life. Sometimes it takes that little bit of honesty to say, hey, I really care about you, but I'm kind of like still just having fun. You don't want to break anybody's hearts, but you want to let them know you don't want to drag them along down a path that they didn't mean to go down. And you don't want to do that to yourself either, because that is an energy expenditure no matter which way you look at that. So let's make sure that we're making sure that our connections in our lives are the ones that we desire, making sure they're strong bonds that feed us, that nurture us, and just making sure that we're nurturing those connections as they need to be fed as well. And the next card out for the beautiful, complicated Virgo is the card of sound. This is your Visuddha chakra. And the Visuddha is your ability to express yourself. And that comes in different ways. It comes in the verbal communicative way, like talking to each other. But it also comes, like expression comes in the kind of music that you're listening to, or the things that you're watching. Those things are expression of self as well. So let's make sure we're being mindful of what exactly it is that we're bringing into our life externally and projecting out from our internal lives as well. You ever put on a song and you can be in a really good mood and it makes you feel sad just because of what that song is talking about, or just the way that the notes are arranged, or whatever, what have you. Sound is very powerful. It can pull you in directions and push you in others. So let's make sure that we're using sound to our advantage. If you want to stay away from a certain feeling so that you gain clarity, keep certain songs and kinds of music away from you so that you don't get into that kind of mode to where you desire something that maybe isn't so beneficial, that maybe isn't so healthy for you. You want to put things into your life that inspire the mood that you want to get into. If you want to get out of a funky mood and get out there and shake your itty bits, then put on something that is makes you move. Even if you don't feel it, like you're like, I'm not feeling this. Like it's just too happy. That's a kind of a conundrum in itself, but we want to make sure that we're providing ourselves with the nourishment that we might need in any given moment. And you're not going to do that by swimming in the mud when you should be pulling yourself up to the sunshine. Okay? And we're going to pull the card from the bottom for my complicated Virgos out there. And this is the card of visualization. This is, I apologize, it's been a while. This is mind chakra energy as well. But it also has to do with the crown energy as well. We want to make sure that we're allowing ourselves a little bit of time. If you're confused about somebody else, you need to take the time to meditate and really get to where it is that you want to be mentally before you try to re-engage with what it is that's causing that disillusionment. Okay? You want to make sure that you're coming from a position to where you can see clearly. You don't call the battlefield from all the way down on the ground. You do it from up high on a safe perch to where you can look out above and see what is and what is not. And one of the best ways to do that for self is to go internal, to use the mind chakra and the crown in unison. And that's your meditation, however you get to that point. Be it sitting down and doing as you see in the pose here, be it getting out and doing some Tai Chi, be it getting out and actually, like myself, I have to get up and move. I can't sit still like that for too long. My body will go crazy and probably explode or something like that. So I have to move around when I get into that visualization mode, that meditative stance to where I'm seeing things clearly. And that's what you're being called to do right now. My complicated Virgos is uncomplicate your life on your own. You have all the power here. Virgos always have. So use that to your advantage, my sweets. Well, that's all I have for you for now, my beautiful Virgos, my lovely, wonderful Virginians, however you say that. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I hope that you've had a fantastic past couple of weeks. I know it's been a while since I've been able to do a video, but I had to get some things right within my own energetic field and do some healing of myself, and also decide exactly what it is that I wanted to do with my channel and with my readings. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that I can continue to give you guys things that you can take into your lives past this video and build yourself beyond the gigabytes or megabits or whatever the hell we're processing right now. But like I said, I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. We have the harvest moon tomorrow, so be ready for big energetic changes within yourself as long as you're willing to receive those. They're not going to come if you're playing the wall game and trying to block out things that maybe are just I don't understand. No, sometimes you have to walk into the darkness to bring light to the shadows. Okay, so let's be ready for that. Let's be prepared for this harvest moon, because it is a harvest. It is something that you gain from, and not something that takes from you or is bringing you into a place where you don't need to be. It's going to take you where you need to go as long as you're willing to be guided by that etheric hand. I love you guys, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Until next time, continue to take care of yourselves and take care of everybody else as much as you can. Love you. Peace. Namaste.